Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my crazy, fantastic, down the rabbit hole, not up your asshole page, in which I talk about common sense from a Gen X perspective. I'm the Emerald Pillar King. Now, I know there is a pill out there, the green pill movement, whatever, maybe copying off my pill. I don't really care. My pill is called the Emerald Pillar King. Okay? And emerald, it used to be currency, like in The Legend of Zelda. Okay, it's currency in The Legend of Zelda. These rubies and gems and all sorts of things. Emerald is my code name. Okay, Emerald Pillar King, the one and only. So this video is going to be about the conundrum with people pulling race cards, the Black Lives Movement. Okay, and anything that has something to do with race or anything like that, you know, I'm telling you right now, though, there is systematic racism when you fill out application, when they ask you, obviously, it's psychological, are you black or white? That question should not be asked. It should be removed, right? Okay, everybody agrees with that. You don't need to know what color someone is because that's being stereotypical, and you're also psychoanalyzing what race a person is, all right? When people call race card and they're being abused, it's usually because they wasn't raised right, babies. No one is 100% white, black, Hispanic, or any other race there is out there. People got to get that through their noggin. I say, well, you consider yourself 100% black? Of course they're going to say no, okay? Then shut the fuck up. You wasn't a slave. Your ancestors wasn't a slave. As a matter of fact, everyone had someone in slavery. Even white people had other white people in slavery. We know this. We should all know this. It's an excuse. It's an excuse. Though you may have stronger features and your color may be different and slightly Milano color, whatever, you're not completely 100% fucking black, man. I can't stand people like that. Oh, sometimes when I talk to my aunt, I usually try not to break the ice there by telling her it's not about race, okay? But in some situations, she is right. You know, if you have a certain color and there's a judge who's full-blown white, okay, you know, prejudiced, secretively, you know, judging you, you might get a harsher sentence. And that's real. That's real. I've tested this theory out. There is systematic racism, and someone just is going to have to prove that. But I don't have the time to. But you can do it yourself. You just fill out applications everywhere you go. Have your white friend fill out applications versus you. Your credentials is higher. And when you make that interview, it's still up to them to hire you, but you know they're looking for quality people. They have to pay more for quality people. If you're asking for the same amount as this white friend you have, this snowman you have, then you know there's racism involved because he hired him simply because he's white. It actually happened way back many years ago when I was doing this testing theory. Why don't you guys do that? If you want to know if systematic racism exists, you do know it does exist when you fill out an application. You already should know that. Okay, but anyway, okay, there are racist people out there. And when someone says there's like 70% of America is racist, I don't know where they get the information from. Okay, I don't know where they get that information from. I believe America is only 20% to maybe 30% racist or secret racist. Okay, you know, they look down on colored folk. They think that the key element here, they think that all colored folks are ignorant. Okay. Now, if they're talking about genetics, they may be on a roll somewhere because I study genetics. I'd rather study genetics than human behavior. It's the character. It's the character of a person. They know this. It's the character of a person. When you act your color, then they know who you are. It's this obvious. Every time a cop pulls me over, I ask a cop. I had this one cop who was actually a racist. I said, why don't you shoot me? I'm just listening to everything you say. And in those days, they didn't have cameras. And he was like, well, you're different. I said, how am I different, nigga? You know, I don't understand why some blacks get killed. They're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and something else happened in the situation, then not shown. Okay, something happened. Okay, and sometimes you got a little bad apples, but not all cops. Most cops are good. Okay, whenever someone who's black, especially, says, "Oh, there's a George Floyd type," no, he was a criminal. Okay. And even though he didn't deserve to die, he was resisting. So what can he do? I felt it was wrong, okay? But anyway, if you're a criminal and you like to hide things and you had a bad single mother syndrome situation with your mother, stay off the streets, man. You're going to get caught. You're going to get caught, okay? I highly doubt that someone is just minding their own business, and then a person just starts shooting. But I did see it happen to more white folks, okay? But you ain't gonna see it on the internet. You're not gonna see more white cops killing more white men. You're not gonna see that because the media is controlled by you already know who, okay, right? All right, they want to push a narrative, okay? And blacks don't deserve reparations. And you know, anyone who receives reparations actually are at a disadvantage. Did you know that psychologically? Think about it. You receive free money for your people because your people are smarter. Think about that. Think about that. I just wish people who think that they're black, okay, stop asking for reparations. That's dumb, okay? Reparations mean you're already in America. You're not a slave anymore. You can actually earn every piece of information that you have. You can get disability checks. You have something that no other country have. You are blessed already. Stop asking for fucking reparations. You know who's actually for reparations? People who like handouts. People who are more likely democratic. Okay? Those individuals don't understand the concept of race. They think that, oh, because I'm this color, I can't get by. They struggle, and they'll try to, misery loves company, so they'll tell another person who's of their color to join in on the Black Lives Matter movement. And then that's where everything goes down in the shit can, right there. Because they looking for handouts. That's all. They're just lazy individuals who are mentally ill. They just don't know what to do. Now, I can understand that if you don't spend enough time with yourself, you already have a problem right there. You need to ask for help. And I made it in life. I don't understand why people just don't try to read some more books, okay, and try to get educated or pull themselves up on their bootstraps, right? I don't understand why they just don't do that, but they don't do that, right? So they'll try to look for handouts. They stay on welfare. They'll stay on all sorts of benefits in this country and still complain, man. Still fucking complain. But that's all I really want to say, you know. Stop using that excuse and a crutch. I am not a fucking bootlicker when I say stuff like that, and I'm not like some fucking coon, okay? You know, that you'll always be called those things when you know you have a lot of common sense. You know you gotta stop that race card. Stop it, okay? Wake up, okay? Don't become woke to go broke, though, right? So I be getting tired of that. I'm like, why is people talking about the race thing? That's over now. That's done. You're not a slave. I lived in Ethiopia for at least 2 years. I traveled to the Gambia for 1 month. Of course, nobody's going to listen to as real as stuff as I'm talking about. But when I lived over there, I saw Negroes in huts, okay? I don't see no white people living in no huts nowhere. So you got to think about genetics more than anything else. I can't stand people saying, we're raw superior, this and this. You know, yeah, in some senses, yeah, some traits. But the thing is that you got to stop comparing apples to oranges. Don't do that. Stop doing that. And that's all I really gotta say. You can call me a troll or a coon all you want, but that's just simple common sense. You know, you when you were born, your mom made terrible decisions because you were born in the single mother syndrome. I was too. I had a beta father, okay, with a single mother syndrome, but I had to snap out of it. I didn't want to get abused by them. I didn't want to become too traumatized to the point I can't get out of that situation on my own, self-taught as an indigo child. Most of you can't do that. So you'll join some clique or some group of people so you can have a form of escapism, and that's wrong. Okay, you gotta find escapism from within, not from without. You all are gods. Did you know that? You know why you're here, right? For the experience, for the journey. You know when your next life, hypothetically, you may become white. Whatever you hate the most, you will become in your next life. Did you know that? You should know why you're here, but most of you don't know why you're here. I gotta teach this shit all the time to people who are in their beta mode. Get out of religion. Use more common sense. Use more morals instead of just listening to someone else. You know it's wrong to do this, right? You can feel it is wrong. You know it's wrong. All right? You think you're invincible when somebody knock you out, okay? Everybody got something to say until they get punched in the face, like Mike Tyson. Because you know what I'm gonna say? Under 10 minutes, baby. I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Y'all have a nice day. Snap out of that race thing. I can't stand that. Okay? Peace.